This is Adam with Productivity Academy. Real quick, what we're going to go over today is a little bit more about distractions, but also about kind of how you can stay motivated. If you're finding yourself easily distracted and you're having a hard time staying focused, and then that kind of bleeds into distractions and things like that. But real quick, wanted to say if you want to subscribe, you can click on the button below, and in the description there's another link if you want to get signed up and subscribe to the emails. Occasionally put out some cool stuff for subscribers, and basically what is in the emails is updates, full blog post links, things like that, productivity stuff, right? So, or you can wait to the end of the video and click the cool buttons that pop up on one of these sides. Anyway, so let's get started. I'll get this out of the way. I've got some crazy bedhead going. It is in the morning. This was on my to-do list in the morning, so I'm gonna knock it out. And I didn't realize that until I turned on the camera, but I'm just gonna roll with it. And so here we go. So I did have somebody, well, not write in. They filled out the survey, which is kind of cool. And what's their biggest issue with or problem with productivity? And they're saying, well, it's distractions. I get easily distracted, but also it's staying on task. Because I get distracted and then I'm not motivated to get back on task. And this was kind of funny because I started doing this video and I started talking about my bedhead and my crazy hair, and my fiance looked over at me and was like staring at me, like trying to check out my hair, and I just got super creeped out, and then I had to stop the video because I was like, I couldn't talk while someone's staring at me. And then I was like, wow, this is really good. Like I was just gonna like kind of get up, go walk around, and like stop doing this. And I was like, wait a second, this is exactly what I was doing the video about. Like I need to get right back into it and get started again, or else it's going to be pushed off to later, and it has that effect of everything just kind of ends up being pushed. And so that for now, and it was going to be my answer, is like a lot of times you just have to get back on task. And I realize that that's easier said than done, but that's the underlying thing you want to go after. If you're finding yourself distracted, that's okay. It happens. Like it's going to happen for the rest of your life for everybody. But what you want to do is say, okay, that's great. Maybe I'll take 5 more minutes, or if you can, I'll say, hey, I'll stop now. But maybe it's 5 more minutes of Facebook or whatever, and then I'm going to get back, set a timer, and do 30 more minutes of work. So there's a lot of different ways you can go about that. I find that using time is a good one of those, right? And then depending on what this distraction is, if it's noise, you can wear headphones, or you can try to work in a more quiet environment. And then something else I like is like using, whether it's like Todoist, Focuster, or Wunderlist, or whatever your app is that you really like, or like Notebook. When I write my stuff down in here and I've filled out, I put up like my daily outline and, what's the 3 most important things I'm going to do, stuff like that. And for me, this helps when I get distracted, and then I come back to this and I say, okay, like, oh, wow, I can check this off. And just that physical act of like, oh, right, I accomplished something. It can be really powerful and really helps, mentally keep you going, because you're like, okay, it's usually about momentum, right? You get distracted, you're moving further away from what you want or need to be doing. But then once you can get that quick win and you start building, it's almost like playing a game, right? You're getting that little momentum going, and then you do another task and another task. So I find that stuff to be really helpful, and there's a million different ways you can do it. But if you're looking for specific advice, use an app or a checklist where you can literally check or click something off, and then that will mentally start giving you the positive feedback. And once you get back into that, I think you'll find that you get more done. So anyways, hopefully that helps you and gets you a little bit less distracted, or when you are distracted, gets you back in to things. So I think that'll wrap it up for today. As always, you can subscribe or click on the link in the description, or stuff that's probably popping up here, and check out the newsletter. I'll send you some updates, give you some cool stuff. Other than that, I will see you next week.